Hello, guys. Hello, 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 hello. Good evening. How are you? I am so blessed and so pleased to be joining you this evening for another chat, another live chat about the fasting journey. Some of you might not know who I am. My name is Evadne, and I'm the CEO of Immaculately Wellness and the plant based lifestyle coach over here. How have you been, guys? Who is here? Once you join, please go ahead and put your name in the chat so I can acknowledge you. It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon here in New York City, and I just want to wish you a very pleasant evening wherever you are in the world. We have embarked on a 3 day fasting journey for the last 2 days, and right now we're clocking into um, completing day two and moving into day three. Um, I'm not sure how many people are exactly following along or doing the fasting themselves. I have had communications from, some people who are doing it privately and maybe don't want to come out publicly and speak about it. But wherever you are and whatever you're doing, I am very proud of you. I'm proud of your effort, and I hope it will continue to motivate you to do more, especially if you're having pain, you have inflammation issues, you have high blood pressure, you have um, any form of illness that's affected by what you eat. I hope and I pray that you will receive what is it you started out this fasting hoping to achieve. I really hope you will achieve your objective. I've been saying it: when you enter fasting, make sure you know why you're fasting, what outcome you're hoping to receive on the other side of it, right? So I hope that you're halfway there if you started out with me. And if you did not start with me, I hope that you will go ahead and start your fasting now. There's no better time than the present. So you can start anytime. This is not a competition. Nobody is grading you. You cannot fail. You just do what you're doing, and for however long you can do it, just get started, right? And we will end tomorrow night, but it doesn't mean that you can't continue. If you start today, you can't continue for another couple of days, right? We may end here on the live, but you can continue doing your fasting, right? If you need support, just let me know, and I will speak with you about, you know, keep you up about the journey, although I'm not doing individual coaching where the fasting is concerned. For persons who really want to get into fasting and eating healthy, flipping their lifestyle over so that they can become um, much more healthy, I do have a 40 days program that I would encourage you to join, to register for. That's a paid program. That is me coaching you on a weekly, bi-week, multiple times for the week basis. So that's not a free program. But if you're interested to join it, you could let me know. All right. I heard from someone today who said that she is fasting and she's doing very, very well, although she had her own temptation, but she kind of just stood up to it and decided to push her way through. And now she's very happy that she's doing very well and keeping it up. Remember, I said if you're fasting and you feel like you're crashing, for those of you who get headaches and so on, you can use the electrolyte solution, because that will help you. And if you keep doing it, you realize that it gets easier, right? Your body will put up a resistance when you just start. Maybe the reason why I can do this so well is because I've done fasting a lot, before, and I'm used to it. But for those of you who will get hungry and feel pain in your stomach or get a headache, you need to have your electrolyte on hand so you can resuscitate your body as soon as, or replenish your body of electrolyte if you need it. Don't drink it unless you need it. Don't let your brain trick you that you need it and you don't, so you run off to get it. Just wait until you know you can't really go any further without. Then you have that. All right. We've been focusing on high blood pressure. I just found y'all know I like to play stuff with other people's stories so you can hear and be inspired. This video is by, let me see, Wyatt McLaughlin, right? And he's telling his own story about intermittent fasting and how it took him off medication. I'm playing it not because we're doing intermittent fasting, because we're not really doing intermittent fasting today. We're doing straight 24 hours, well, straight 72 hours fast. We're on the second day of it. But if that's what you can do, it's fine. We do go back to intermittent fasting after these 3 day stretches or whatever. So I'm going to play this for you. I think it's a 10-minute video. So you can listen and learn how he took himself off medication for high blood pressure. Those of you who are afflicted by high blood pressure, I am claiming it for you that you can do something about it to get yourself off it. Don't just hug it up there like it's a gift from God that you are so pleased with. You're announcing it as if it's a badge of honor. Please do something to get off it. All right.
115 days of intermittent fasting. It's been a lifestyle change for me. I thought it would start as sort of a diet
he has
thing,
115 days of
changed me,
intermittent
helped my
fasting.
health so much that I wanted to make a video, a short one. So hopefully it can help other people as well, because, the results show for themselves. I've lost nearly 60 pounds, and I stopped crashing, naps, all that, but we'll get to that. Pretty much intermittent fasting is where you have a period of time where you do not eat anything or drink calories in, and then you have an eating window. So, the usual that people do is like 3 meals a day, or they have little meals throughout the day or anything else. This is more like, for 12 hours, you don't eat anything, and then the other 12 hours, you can eat whatever you want. Well, you can keep your calories where you're at to maintain your weight, or you could do a deficit to lose weight, or if you're, doing weightlifting and bulking, you could eat more, but that's up to you. But pretty much intermittent fasting is where you don't eat for a period of time, and then you do. So, a lot of people do 16/8, so 16 hours of no eating, and then they have 8 hours of it. I build up from where I was started with 8 hours, which was pretty much just me sleeping and maybe skipping breakfast for a little bit, to now I'm up to trying to do like 18 and 6, 20 and 4, and I've been feeling really good there. And it started with me actually, I would eat lunch. I would sleep a good night's sleep. I would eat lunch, and then I'd crash. I'd want a nap. Wouldn't have the energy to do anything. Wouldn't want to work out. Nothing. So I was like, something's wrong. Something is not working here. I tried to cut caffeine out first, and that helped me with like some things, but wasn't the root of the problem. So I started searching on the internet, and I came across a guy named Peter Attia. He actually had it was a clip from a Joe Rogan podcast. What he does is he studies longevity, and he's a doctor and other things, but he was talking about how he fasts and, the benefits of it. And I pretty much dove headfirst in after, after I saw that clip. I downloaded the Zero app, which I can show you right now. Can't see it. I'll put a screenshot in the video when I finally edit it. But that helps you stick on time. You can set your fast you want. And Peter is also, he works with that app. I'm not sure if he was a creator or not, but it's a crucial piece that I use. And yeah, slowly when I started doing the fasting and upping my time, I'd start getting these bursts of energy, or just where I was,
So apparently there's a zero app if that can help to guide you. If you're doing intermittent fasting, you can set how many hours you want to fast and it will remind you when you're supposed to eat. Well, over here we don't use an app, we just do it. Just do it. Pay attention to the time when you're supposed to eat, because if you're busy working, you really don't see when the time goes by. If you are waiting to eat, then it looks like it's long. So you have to keep your brain occupied. That's the real thing there. Keep your brain occupied, and you won't even notice when the time passes.
I had a lot of extra fat on me, and I still have some. So, maybe someone that's, at their preferred weight or skinny shouldn't be doing real long extended fast, to start with at least, because I know there's people that do. But for me, I had enough on me that I could start doing those longer ones and there was no worry. Because what happens now, I'm not big in the science stuff, so you can correct me down below if there's something different. But when you're putting the food in and the carbs and all the other things, you're directly burning that. Your body's burning that for energy. You take that away, you have all these fat stores where that is where the body will start to get the energy from. Ketosis too. You can do more study on that, but that's pretty much what those longer windows of not eating will do. You'll be burning that direct fat from you, which is great if you want to lose weight, or just, that's the other big thing, is the mental aspect. Is it took me a while to realize, like, I was more, clinical and doing my things and getting work done in the fasting state when I had no food than when I was eating. Because even sometimes when I break my fast now, I'll still feel that like nap, thing, and want to like just fall off. But that's where we're at with that. For the ups and downs, I'll just give you some that I've found from these past concurrent ones of fasting, because I dabbled in it a little bit before I started this like extended one where I haven't missed a day. But some ups and downs. Ups, weight loss, great benefit. Yeah, I guess in ups, I guess I should say benefits, but weight loss has been great. I've almost lost 60 pounds, and it's always been hard for me to lose weight, even though, I've been athletic, big into soccer, sports, and I was always active with music. So I was always moving and doing things, but I was always struggling with my weight and eating. No crashes energy, which I talked about before, and just less busy time, especially if you meal plan. So if you get, cook a big one once, like maybe on Sunday, and get everything ready for the week, you don't even have to think, because most of the time you're not eating. Then you just pull that out, put it in the microwave, eat, do what you got to do, but just less cooking time and doing all these things and worrying about food if you're, eating 3 meals a day or 6 meals a day or however people do it. A few slightly negatives, nothing crazy. I mean, the benefits 100% outweigh the negatives for me. That's why I've continued to do it. But sleep. So when I was doing the 24 like super hard for like 2 weeks straight, I was fine, and I was only sleeping 5 hours a night, where it was tough for me to fall asleep. I just had so much energy. It was crazy. And now, again, not a scientist behind this stuff, but from what I read, when you not eating for those extended periods of time, your caveman thing starts to kick in, where your body's like, yo, man, find some food. Like, we need to eat, stop sleeping, like, get up. So, like, it'll give you energy, adrenaline. I guess your cortisol raises. Not exactly sure about all that, but your body's telling you you need food instead of sleep. So I could find my sleep was disrupted a little bit, but I still felt energetic even with the low amount of sleep.
So you remember last time we were fasting, how much I couldn't sleep, right? So this is kind of what he's talking about. Your body gets energized to go look food instead of sleep, right? You're not in that rest. Your body is not in that rest mode. It is in that mode of hunting for food. It's I think it's physiological, right? Because if you were to eat something right there and then, you would fall asleep right after. But since that's not the objective, then you have to push through. But yeah, you probably might. I don't think it happens to everyone, but yeah, you might have a uptick in energy level so that you don't really want to sleep, right? Even though you're not feeling like you're hungry, but the body knows deprivation, and so it is on alert, I would imagine, right? So you're not falling asleep.
Um, oh yeah, this is one, especially when you're starting out or you're working out, I find is you get lightheaded and get dizzy from not eating, if you get up too fast, or you just get that rock and boat kind of feeling. So I have I actually use something called Light Show, but it has potassium, zinc, sodium, magnesium, like all the electrolytes you need to get back into your body from not drinking or eating for those times. And they have 100% helped me when I start to feel that lightheadedness, dizziness, anything else like that. Yeah, I mean, coming to the end of it, there's just a few things I want to go off here. Big thing for me is blood reversal, or blood pressure medication reversal. So I was on lisinopril, for a period of time, and I was also on hydrochlorothiazide, which is diuretic. Lisinopril did not agree with me, so I quit that after about 3 months. And hydrochlorothiazide I was on longer, but I didn't want to be on medicine, and I know there's millions and millions of people that are and struggle with their diet, which is why I'm making this video. It might help. But last time I saw my doctor, I lost all that weight, and they checked my blood pressure, and it was great. And she said to me, I think you're the only patient I've had that got off of blood pressure medication once they were on. So once I heard that, made me feel great. Again, seeing the results of what.
Oh, did you just hear that? This guy was able to take himself off medication, right? I'm not sure how far in he was able to take himself off, but he up to this point was doing 115 days of intermittent fasting, not straight fasting, not 24 hours, just intermittent. But he was able to take himself off meds.
And happy, and sticking with it, feeling good. And I just want to repeat one more time. I've always struggled with my weight, even though I've been active. I played soccer for half my life or more, and then I was always, playing music and doing things. Even though it's not a big cardio, you're doing it every night on stage. It definitely is a workout. So other diets, and this isn't a diet. Again, it's a lifestyle change for me. But I guess I could say when I've tried to use diets in the past to get the weight off or keep the weight off, just the limitations of them, like you can't eat this, or you can't do this, or blah, blah, blah. It didn't really work for me long term. Now I'm doing keto short term because I had a little bit of the plateau with intermittent fasting, and it has been helping, but I definitely can't see myself doing it long term because there's food groups that I like and enjoy, and other ones that are definitely beneficial, that I haven't been eating like I was before, especially beans, kidney beans, black beans was huge into that, and I'm not eating any of that right now. But last thing I'll say, Zero app. If you want to try intermittent fasting and get into it and do it, definitely get the Zero app. Check out Peter Attia. I follow him on Instagram. I've watched a bunch of his clips online. He's just a wealth of information, and he knows all the science behind it and all those things that you can check out that I don't. So definitely check him out. And the last thing I was going to say, now, I'm not a member of Reddit, but I get on the subreddits a lot, and I found so much information and people's stories on. There's a subreddit called Intermittent Fasting, OMAD, which is 1 meal a day, which is like you're fasting for 23 hours a day, maybe eating an hour, getting all your calories in then. But just seeing everyone's progress on those subreddits, and if I had a question, I wasn't sure about this, what to do, I could go on there, and there's on there because someone else has already asked the question. They've been around a while. But definitely check all those 3 things out if you want to get into intermittent fasting. I'll try to put a before picture. I don't really have one from like right when I started, but I have one from.
Okay, guys, you got the gist of what he's saying. So this young man, what's his name? Wyatt McLaughlin, he has been able to take himself off meds. When he recorded this video, he was up to 115 days fast. He lost a lot of weight, and he's doing well, right? So this is not hocus pocus, right? Real people are getting results, and that's why I push this, and that's why I encourage you to try to do this for your own self, right? Try to do this if you need to get off whatever medication you are on. Just tell your doctor that you want to do the fast, and let them guide you as to how you could do it safely, so that they can check, to make sure that you are doing things in balance, because we don't want anybody doing extreme and make themselves worse. um so yeah, this is the end of day 2 and the beginning of day 3. No, no, yeah, the end of day 2. um No, we're going to go into day 3. Yeah, we're going into day 3 now. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Maybe I need some food. Don't follow me. We're going into day 3, or we're already in day 3, right? And so we just want to wish everybody good luck on this last lap of the journey, right? We have done 2 already, 2 times around, and we're going in for the last lap. That can be the most challenging for some people, but it can also be the easiest for some people, because if you've done 2 days of it already, it's easy for you to cruise through the 3rd day, because your body kind of get used to it that you're fasting, and you know settle down, kind of is tempered for that already. And you can send me your testimonial. You can let me see, let me see. This is one of the testimonial I got by text message. Hi, Eve. I've been fasting since 6 p.m. on Thursday. I was going to take a nap that evening, but I slept for 5 hours. At midnight, I wanted food and I had a headache. I almost gave up after 6 hours. I am thankful that I didn't give in. I had a few sips of electrolyte and watched the news for a few hours. I went to sleep at 3 and was able to function well and go to work. I had a headache last night. I felt nauseous too, but I took magnesium and kept drinking water. I have not felt hungry since Thursday night, right? And she went on to talk about she had to cook and she tasted the food because she had to make sure it was okay. Um, and she went out driving her sister, and she saw a Japanese restaurant and wanted to get takeout food. Then I remember that I'm fasting, so I have to adjust my mindset, because I literally do keep forgetting that I'm fasting. I remember I said to you that every time I went into the kitchen, I would reach for the refrigerator for no purpose at all. Then I remember, oh, you're fasting, you can't do that, right? I don't feel hungry. I only had water since those few sips of vitamin water later Thursday. Today I did have a small cup of ginger mint tea plus water. So she's doing fantastic. I'm so proud of her. Right? So guys, let's do it. Let's do it. And if you're just catching it on day 2, mean going into day 3, um, that's fine. You can do it. It's not a competition. You're not gonna score an F. Just do what you can over this last day. It's gonna be totally fine if you jump on now and do one 23 and a half hours. Or it depends on when you had your last meal. So just do as much as you can. Don't be worried about what other people are doing or how much they have achieved or how much they are pushing it. Just do you. This is a focus on you. And remember, to find something to inspire yourself, whether it's your goal for making sure you're here to see your grandchildren, to be around, to do something that you want to do and you need to be healthy to do it. Make sure you find that thing that inspires you, right? Whether it's to lose the weight, whether it's to lose your high blood pressure, whether it's to lose the high cholesterol, whatever it is, with this control your diabetes, find something that you can focus on to say, I'm doing this because, right? You should have a why in view, why you are doing this. And it will become much more meaningful for you to go through the process, right? And pray. Prayer changes things. Make prayer a part of what you do, along with your motivational quotes or your um, affirmations. Be prayerful, be reverent while you are going through the process, because that too is something that is very, very powerful. You can have breakthrough that you never even dream of, right? You could have things coming at you that you have been praying and hoping for a long time, but it didn't happen. And this could be your moment of breakthrough. So be positive, right? Give off a positive vibe or energy or deportment wherever you are, whether it's at work or, you know, wherever you do business, so that people can notice that there's a difference in you and want to know what you're doing, right? Your skin should be glowing if you're drinking a lot of water. Your body should look better. You should be slimming down, losing inches, even if it's not a lot of pounds. Your body should be losing some of the weight, giving up some of that weight by now. All right, if you started on Thursday with us. All right, so I'm going to do some things because I have an event coming up tomorrow in the Bronx. I'll post the flyer for you guys, and if you're in the Bronx, you could check it out, right? It's a wellness event and promises to be quite exciting. So I'm going to go into preparation for that event tomorrow. So I probably will touch base with you guys later, but for now, I'm leaving it here and I will talk to you guys, right? And don't forget, I have this beautiful oil here that I've been using on my face to make sure it is okay for everybody, right? So, this is the Rosetta oil, which is mainly castor oil and some other oils mixed together, but it's very good. Nice, light smell. No smell of castor oil because I like castor oil, but I don't like the smell really. So, I've done something about that, so this doesn't have that strong castor oil smell, right? Um, like you wouldn't want your significant other to smell you smelling a castor oil. I know, I get it. I get that, right? So that's why I made sure that there's something in there that it's not just castor oil smell. So I still need to put labels on these. I made them one nice and sweet. Yeah. So guys, I'll catch up with you a little bit later. I'm going to do some fancy cooking things. So if you're up, I might show you some of these things, right? Um, Things that I will be preparing for tomorrow's event. I'll post the flyer on here so you could see where we will be in the Bronx. If you are close to the Bronx or living in the Bronx, you could come by. Okay? Have a wonderful evening. See you later. Bye bye.